Okay, 15C, Standard 15C. I can explain how foreign policies affected economic issues such as the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 and immigration quotas. So basically, we're going to have to explain how foreign policies such as the Chinese Exclusion Act impacted society. So here, all you need to know is that the Chinese Exclusion Act restricted immigration for China. So we had the Chinese that were coming into California and at Angel Island, and they were working on the railroads. They were working on the very, very harsh, hard jobs in the mines and on the railroads. And basically, there was an exclusion where the government passed saying that Chinese people were not allowed into Angel Island and into the United States. And this was because the Chinese were coming in and people felt like they were taking American jobs. So the Chinese were basically sent back and restricted from coming into the US. On the test, it was tested as question 10, and it says, what was the economic purpose that promoted the U.S. to enact the Chinese Exclusion Act as a foreign policy? So why did they basically exclude the Chinese from the United States? We're looking for the economic purpose. Why did they send them back? Why did they not let them here? Is it A, Chinese workers obtained higher wages than native-born Americans? B, trade was more profitable for China if the U.S. limited the influx of Chinese immigrants into the country. C, nativists believed Chinese customs were influencing employers. Or D, nativists attributed unemployment and declining wages to Chinese workers. So the correct answer is D, nativist. Nativist being people that looked more at the interest of American or native-born people here in the U.S. than they looked at immigrants or people that were from outside the U.S. And they felt that the Chinese being here caused unemployment and declining wages. They were taking their jobs. Chinese were taking the Americans' jobs. So this is the correct answer. A is incorrect. It says Chinese workers obtained higher wages than native-born Americans. Chinese actually came over here and they worked for less than the native-born Americans, and so therefore that makes this incorrect. B is incorrect because trade was more profitable for China if the U.S. limited the influx of Chinese immigrants into the country, and that's not what we're looking at. The Chinese came over here in search of jobs, so the Chinese were not making a profit off of them being here. C is also incorrect. Nativists believe Chinese customs were influencing employers. We never actually look at the Chinese culture. They came over here, they worked hard, they made their money, and they sent it back home. So we're not actually looking at the culture and the customs of the Chinese.